Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branchell, SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. In today's video, I just want to go over a few key points few key points in regards to breaking down what a win this Sunday of the Dallas Cowboys could mean for the New Orleans Saints as they start off the 2024 regular season. Last week, got started off with an impressive 47-10 victory over division opponent, the Carolina Panthers. And for the most part, that victory got a lot of people talking about you, and a lot of people weren't expecting, including myself, the Saints to come out and drop a 37-point victory over the Carolina Panthers. Me personally, I thought the Saints will win at least by two touchdowns. Had them winning 38-24 over Carolina, but Carolina didn't even do that. Carolina only got 10 points in that game, and that was like garbage touchdown towards the end of the game. But shocking win for some people, and I didn't expect those type of numbers to be put up like that against the Carolina Panthers. A lot of people had the Panthers winning that game. A lot of people thought Carolina could win that game. A lot of people thought even if the Saints won that game, it would have been a close decision by the Saints. The Saints would have been a close victory by the Saints, but that didn't end up happening. Saints won the game. Now it's on to the Dallas Cowboys. Big game this week down in Dallas. The Saints won their game impressively. Dallas looked really good in their football game, but out of the two, if you ask me, I think the Saints were the most impressive out of the two in Week 1. But big game coming up, and to me, if you ask me, what would a win over the Cowboys mean for the Saints going forward? I think it all boils down to two main things. Two main things I'm going to talk about. Two main aspects of it. Number one is more respectability around the league. You're gonna clearly put the league on notice, especially if you come out there. Now, this is a long shot, especially if you come out there and have a repeat performance of what you did last week against the Carolina Panthers. They're clearly gonna put the league on notice. You really are gonna have more people talking about you, more people writing about you, you'll see more Saints players on other different shows and podcasts and things like that. You'll be relevant. You'll be the talk of the town, talk of the NFL if you beat the Dallas Cowboys in their home place. Next week is the game. It is the Fox NFL on Fox game of the week. It's their main game. Tom Brady and the crew will be calling that game. So there'll be a lot of eyeballs on it. And if you win that game, a lot of people are going to say, even though it's been 2 weeks into the season, people are going to say the Saints are back. The Saints are back to being a dominant team, a team that a lot of opponents, had trouble dealing with. And we know how it was under Sean Payton when he was the head coach and he had this team competing for playoff spots. We know how it was. We know that if the Saints left the Superdome and go up against an opponent where their backs was against the walls, there was a chance that the Saints would have come out swinging. You know, we saw it in 2020 where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a stacked team. They had Tom Brady. They went and got Leonard Fournette. They went and got Gronk. Then at the last minute during the season, they went out and got Antonio Brown. And a lot of people felt as though Tampa Bay was going to run away with the division. Tampa Bay was going to beat the Saints on the rematch that season, that night. But It was the opposite. The Saints won that game convincingly, 38-3. Tampa Bay couldn't even get into the end zone. You know. Now, can that happen again under Dennis Allen? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, from what I'm seeing, if you're in the betting or anything like that in the betting lines, is right now I have the Cowboys -6, 6.5 favorites over the Saints. That's close to me. And usually, sometime when you have your injury report comes out and certain key players are not going to be or on it or miss practice or things like that, sometimes that the lines move up. They'll move up to the that favors the winning team, or it'll be the opposite way. But none has moved based on what I've seen. It's still Cowboys -6, -6.5. And I think that's fair. I think that's a fair spread. You know, Saints looked good last week. Cowboys looked good last week. Both teams have really good defenses so far. It's only been 1 week into the season, but both teams are showing that they're gonna have some really good defenses, man. You know, so I think that 6.5 spread is fair. But if you get this win, back to what I was saying, if you get this win over the Cowboys this Sunday, down at AT&T Stadium, you're gonna be the talk of the league. You're gonna be talking to the league. You have the league on notice. Some people, I think, a lot of people are going to gonna elevate the Saints as being the favorites to win the NFC South and possibly more if you play like that. If you play like you did last week, or even if you come into Dallas and win by a field goal, win a low scoring game by a field goal, a lot of people are going to talk about you. But based on that, or based on what we saw last week, um, a lot of people are not sold. Certain people in the national media, certain local media members are not sold on what they've seen so far with the New Orleans Saints, and I think that's cool. I think that's fair. Because you beat Carolina. Carolina looks like, Carolina was like a Saints beating Carolina was like not a shock to a lot of people. A lot of people that know the Saints, that follow the Saints, cover the Saints. It didn't come as a shock that they beat the Carolina Panthers last week. But what did come as a shock, was that it was by 37 points. You know, so there's that. Um, Number two, second biggest thing, the second biggest aspect that can happen for the Saints, biggest effect of beating the Cowboys this Sunday would be playoff positioning. And I say that because we saw what happened last year with the Saints fighting for playoff spots. Couldn't get it because you lost so many games, so many close games. You lost games. I think you lost a tiebreaker with Green Bay, even though the Saints and Green Bay had similar records. They won the tiebreaker over you because you lost the game, the head to head matchup with the Green Bay Packers in Week 3, where the Saints was on the verge of going 3-0 until Derek Carr went down with an injury. If the Saints had defeated the Green Bay Packers, they would be in the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs, and Green Bay will be on the outside looking in, most likely. And maybe John Love will get that contract. Maybe, I don't know. But if you can beat the Cowboys this season, there's a chance that down the stretch when everybody starts to figure each other out, everybody starts it gets real competitive. Dallas start taking losses, the Saints start taking some losses, but you're still in the hunt for a playoff berth, you might be the team. You probably going to be if you win this game this Sunday, and down it comes down to the stretch, down the stretch, down to close out the season, and both of y'all are sitting at like 9-8, 10-7 records, identical records. The Saints will get the tiebreaker over you. The Saints will get the tiebreaker over the Cowboys based on the head-to-head. And also if let's just say the Saints win the NFC South with 12 wins, 12 wins, 11 wins, who knows? And Dallas wins the NFC East with 11 to 12 wins. And let's just say you're fighting for that number 2 seed in the NFC. It probably is going to go, if it comes down to it, it's going to go towards the Saints, because the Saints have the tiebreaker over the Cowboys based on the win that occurred in week 2. So this game can have so many after effects down the road. Even though it's an early game to start the season, it's a big game already. That's how quick things can turn around for a team. When you come out during the week, have a big win, opening to start the season, 37-point victory, and people start to talk about you. And then you head into a game, a big game against the Dallas Cowboys. And to have it as a 6 point, have Dallas only winning by 6 is impressive. That goes to show you that Las Vegas, that shows you what Las Vegas thinks about the Saints. Even though it only has been, one game to start the season. They only played one game, and to go into the next game as a 6.5 point underdog is impressive. And as I previously said, that shows you what Vegas thinks about New Orleans as a football team. You know, but even if the Saints lose this game by close, by 3 points, by touchdown, low scoring game, I still will feel good. I still will feel good about this team's chances going forward, even if they lose a low scoring game, even if they lose by a couple of points. I still will feel good about this team. But I think it boils down to two names: a win over the Cowboys. Will boil down to two things: a win. What would it mean for the season, for the Saints season? More respectability. You put the league on notice, and playoff positioning, future playoff positioning down the road. I think that can have a huge effect on this team, on both teams down the stretch as they fight for playoff spots. Um, from based on what I'm seeing right now, if you ask me, between Philadelphia and Dallas, I think I give the Saints a better shot at beating Philadelphia compared to the Cowboys right now. And that is not based. Not It's not nothing based on blowing them out or anything like that. Just I think they would be more dominant against Philadelphia based on what I've seen. But that's why they play the games. We're gonna find out this Sunday what the Saints are about against a really good football team. And if you get that win this Sunday, that the light shines brighter on you, especially going to the game against Philadelphia. That's gonna be in the dome. You know, so we'll see how it all play out down the stretch, man. Saints play Cowboys on the road. Believe it's a late kickoff, 3:45 kickoff in AT&T Stadium. So we'll see how it all play out. But a win over the Saints, over the Cowboys, will mean a lot for the team. It mean a lot. I mean a lot for respectability around the league, and it will mean a lot for playoff positioning down the stretch as the games get even more competitive as you fight for as they fight for a playoff spot. So we'll see how it all play out. All right, so that's all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. What would a win over the Cowboys mean for the Saints, in your opinion? Also, check out sportsview360.com/Saints for latest content on the Wall Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.